I wanted to run through the hardware that I use for my videos. So starting with the lenses, so I bought, these are the lenses that I'm using right now. So I bought the 5mm, the 15mm, got the 25mm eyepiece. All these are Sky Guider lenses. So let me take one out so you can appreciate better. So if I just manage to take one with one hand. There you go. So this one is the so there you go. Star Guide is called. So when I got three of those, so I got the 25, 5mm, and 15mm. They're really good and cheap lenses. You get them from eBay. I got it from ENS Optical for 45, 40 quidish. Then I got the Teleview PowerMate. This is a powerful lens, 5 Barlow, 5 times Barlow. It's about 100 pounds. And in a recent trip to New York, I just got this one last week, the Teleview Panoptic, 19mm. That one I got for $250, probably 300 pounds in the UK. It's an expensive lens, but I want to try it out. So those are the eyepieces. It's also got the Celestron kit. I mean, most of the lenses that come with it I don't use because they're not wide field, but I do use the 2.5, 2 Barlow, and also the filters. Now, in terms of connecting the camera to the telescope, so that's the desktop. I use a little USB port because you need to connect several bits and pieces for the video. So this is the camera, so you slot it in there, and basically so basically let me move to the telescope. I would take this out, take the piece out. The camera is the Logitech C920, which I adapted to the hinges off. I adapted to fit into the eyepiece. There you go. So the camera is at the back. I just taped it. And if you were to take one of the eyepieces, let me just move this way. I get very good results with the 25. So basically with the 25, you just slot it into the diagonal, and then basically you slot the camera in. That's it. So you slot the camera in, and then you can start recording. Oh, sorry, I just dropped it. It's on grass, so hopefully I didn't break. But anyway, that's the idea. So that's what I do. You just put in there, slot it, and then that communicates with the computer, with the laptop, and then I'm using Debut. I bought a license for it. A couple of pieces of software that I use for capturing the screen. So let me. I also have another camera which I haven't been too happy with, but I will experiment on the C11, which is the next star. This one is not. This is 1 megapixel, so I didn't like the quality of it. I'm planning to get the Nesta Image 10, and I'll try that one out. Basically, again, that connects to the USB port, and then this one slots into the diagonal, and then you can start recording through the iCap software, and then basically through registers, which are another piece of software, you can manipulate the pictures and take, really get high quality images with it. In terms of the let me move to this area. So my plan is also to use the telescope remotely. So for that, I got myself this RS30. Is it RS32 cable? I think so. Basically, you connect this end of the cable. Yeah, you slot it into the at the back. You just slot it in there. And basically, obviously, you need a long cable. So if it's very cold, you are indoors, and then through Next Remote software. So it goes in there, and it's a serial cable. So you connect to the USB cable, and basically this one will go this end. I got a long cable, so Again, it goes into the USB port, and then you'll be able to, through Next Remote software, you actually move the telescope remotely from indoors. Again, you have to be careful, so many cables hanging about. So that's the that's the connection to Next Remote if you want to control the telescope remotely. Another bit that I have is this is the power bank basically. This is nice because switch it on. Let me show you. This one goes into basically you got a connector, which is basically at the back. It's like a lighter connector, which is this one. Yeah, there you go. This one is slots in there into the 12, slotted in properly. I just for the sake of this exercise, I'm using one hand, so I'm not pushing it properly, but it needs to be all the way pushed in. And this end goes to the computer power in here. Yeah, so that will power of the remote. Let me slot it in properly. Oops, okay, that's slotted in. You switch it on, you see the light, it's on. And then basically, when you switch it on in here, yeah, the power is on, as you can see, and then you can start using the telescope basically. So, yeah, there you go. Start moving the telescope, and obviously if you have this, if you operated this remotely through this cable that is slotted in, then you can through the laptop you actually move the telescope and align it and do whatever you want to do. This is nice power bank. It's heavy though, but it's got radio, so if you're in the dark, in the field, listen to some music. It's got a light that comes off, so you can rewind it here to make it longer. So if you want to find something on the floor, you take this out and then you go and find it. Then it's got a main light as well. There you go. It's a beautiful piece of battery. So that's a good feature. So you got you recharge every 2-3 months basically, and it's got compartments for different adapters, which I got separately to charge it. I also have some cables that you might need later on, so I recommend getting 3 USB cables, compatible. So I got myself this one, which I'm planning to use later on. So all this setup I've been using on the Celestron Nexstar 5SC, which is really nice, but I'll be using exactly the same bits and pieces on the C11 because everything is compatible. So there you go. So that's my current setup, and I'm planning to use everything on the new telescope, the Celestron CPC 11-inch, and I highly recommend these eyepieces because they affordable. The Star Guide ones, they're very affordable. If you order through one of the shops in eBay, ENS Optical, you get it quite quick, a couple of days, and you got it. And obviously, the Teleview Panoptic is my best acquisition so far, and it's a powerful, world-class lens that I hope it will produce what I want to get out of it later on when I'm using the C11. Thanks for watching.